Good morning. I'm going to start you off with the radar here locally, and what you're going to notice is we don't have anything showing up. So that's some great news. We had a past couple of 48 hours that were pretty active here locally, especially with those afternoon through evening and nighttime showers and storms. That has all faded out. You don't have to worry about that really here for today. Where our big focus is today, well, we're taking you back to the Gulf Coast. Again, this is Hurricane Idalia. This is your radar imagery. You're already seeing those rain effects in Florida, that yellow indicating tornado watches that are in place. There's been a couple of tornado warnings earlier this morning. There's the eye right there. When you're around that eye, so what's called the eye wall, that's where the most powerful winds are. So when we switch over and look at some of the wind gusts, the strongest winds are still offshore. So this buoy right there in the water, around 65 miles per hour, right along the coastline, the western edge of Florida, getting a lot of tropical storm force winds. But as this continues to track up northward, really over the next couple of hours, forecasted landfall around about 8 a.m. this morning, that hurricane force wind will start to move into the Big Bend area of Florida. I want to draw your eye to this location right here. This is a marker in Cedar Key, Florida. Wind right now at 44 miles per hour. Let's show you a camera that's there so you can really see what we're talking about. This is a combination of rain and storm surge. So you can sort of every now and then see that wave action. This is a big problem with hurricanes, and it looks like that video might be buffering a little bit right now. That's been going in and out. So a big thing with hurricanes is not just those wind gusts, but the water, major impacts with inland rain flooding and also that storm surge along the coast. So 5 a.m. advisory, here's the update. Now technically a Category 4 hurricane, max sustained winds at 130 miles per hour. Notice this red color, those are hurricane warnings extending into southern portions of Georgia. So forecasted to make landfall at about 8 a.m. this morning with the strongest winds, pushing through Georgia still as a hurricane, not until entering into South Carolina, weakening really into a tropical storm and then bending back out to the ocean. Now with this arch that goes like that, major impacts from Florida, Georgia, South Carolina to North Carolina. For us here locally, it helps us out. So we're not going to see one of those big time soaker tropical events here locally. In fact, just kind of getting clipped with that rainfall. So here's Futurecast. You see the spiral of Idalia. You see us this morning kind of partly cloudy, but beginning to fill in. Today will become mostly cloudy as we have that kind of outer cloud deck of this full rotation and winds coming from the north to the northeast for our local area. Again, landfall around that 8 a.m. time frame. Now notice as we get towards about noon, that rain gets closer to us. And I think especially between about 2 and 7 p.m., that's when we could see some outer rain bands pushing into our local area. So we know we're going to have some clouds today. We'll have that breeze. And then our southeastern communities have the chance for a little bit of rainfall. Now, some of these mountain locations especially have already picked up heavy rain over the past 48 hours. So any additional rainfall may lead to some localized flooding, even though in the big picture, it'll be pretty minimal compared to other spots due to Idalia. By this evening time, we start to see some clearing for our western communities. And then especially tonight, as this pushes further off to the east, that's really going to help clear us out. Humidity gradually falling through the day today into tonight. So when we talk about our chance of rain location for this Wednesday, mainly in this dark green area right here. The further to the west, especially northwest you are, pretty much staying dry for the day today. So I have those overall chances just at 30%. Beyond today, it's a pretty quiet weather week, maybe a stray shower on Friday. That's about it. Our temperatures are still going to be a little bit below normal the next few days, and the 90s return just in time for that Labor Day weekend, another pool day, another day out on the boat. So we have a lot of goodness heading our way. We just have to get through today. But again, for us here locally, nothing like some of those other effects along the Florida coastline, just getting the breeze, some clouds, and a few of those southeastern showers. Notice that low tomorrow morning. 64 degrees. Because of the humidity falling, it will be cooler tomorrow. We'll have some spots that start the day tomorrow in the 50s. Wow. So kind of heads up for that. Dang.